Okay, so here I said I will start with a user, how to create a user and all kind of stuff, sudo commands and all. We'll see that one. So I am logging as a root here. I have a two logins. One is a root, another one is a student. So to create a user, to add a user add command is there. For example, I want to add a user add, enter. I got this error. What is that error? Permission denied. Why permission is denied? Why permission is denied? Because of
Because you are not in the root, sir.
we are not in a root. Very good. Okay, so this is not a root user. Normal user don't have rights to do few things. Okay, so only root can able to do it. Of course, there are some other settings are there, but basic principle. Okay, so I am using a root and it is small. So I'm going to change settings, appearance. Last time I've given 22, right? Now I will give 24. What will happen? Okay. Now, is it text color? Text is okay. So big one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then I think I no need of this one. So magnifier. You see, keep the magnifier aside. Okay, guys. Here, three files are important. Three files are important in a user management. First, three files are important because of any user having a few properties: username, user ID, group ID, and there are other details of a user thing, means home directory is also important. Okay, so you got a three files. One file is /etc passwd. Etc is a directory, passwd is a file. /etc slash group. It will tell group information. It will tell group information. /etc slash Nado. Yes. So my hands and keyboards are not cooperating each other. Okay. So these three files are very important. Of course, there are some other files are also important. Things are there, but these three files are important. So if you want to know a user information, so you can get it from passwd file. If you want to know about groups and group information, you get it from group file. And you want to know about password infos, then the file is shadow file, like this. Okay, these three files are important here. Next, we have to verify the information from these three files. id is also a command, id command. Okay, so we use id to know the information about users. Next one is passwd is a command to change the password. Change password for a user. Okay, so passwd, you have to give username. Okay, passwd, you have to give username, which user you are changing. ID, username, which user you are want to get information. So what information you will get it? So user IDs, group ID, and groups information you only will get it. So we'll see these files, and I will give you one example of each file also. Okay, so I'm using a cat command here. First I will use cat /etc slash passwd. I'm using this one. I got a lot of information. You can see from top. Okay, where it is? Yeah, here it is. Started root. Starting one is root. Root is a user and a highly privileged user. User ID, group ID, username name. This is just a comment name type of. This is a home directory login shell. Login shell. We are using bash shell. So when user is login, bash shell will come. So that is also we decided. These users not having a bin bash in last. It having a yes bin no login. Yes bin no login. Yes bin no login means these are accounts not for login purpose. Not for login purpose. These accounts for service purpose. So that's a demand services are there. So those services accounts are this one mail, operate, ADM, demand itself, okay, like that. And these two are like a shutdown and halt services. Shutdown, like this. So these are all accounts, but not for login purpose. Like I log in with a student, I log in with a root. So they're having a bin bash. They are having a bin bash. See, bin bash. Okay, like that. Now, out of this, root is the first one, student is the last one, and middle so many things are there. They are having their own user IDs also there. Student user ID is 1000, group ID is 1000. Okay, I don't want all this data every time. I want last line only. Okay, so I am putting clear in slash etc slash passwd. I want last line only. Tell me the command.
Tell
tail minus 1.
minus 1.
Very good, very good. Tail minus one, last line only. I don't want all lines. I want a last line only. Okay, so this is my output. So only one line, and I want last line only. So then I got it. We can use the cat command, but I'm using this command because cat generating full file reading. I don't want all the things. I want this one only. What is this? The first one is okay login name. Okay, it's a login name. Which user account you can log in means username and login name. Also, you can call it as a login name. What is this 1000? Is user ID. What is the next one? That is called a group ID. This is a like a comment. Comment. It's not a username. It is actually a comment. What is meaning of comment means? For example, um, we go to any name or remember. Okay, Pawan is there. She's there or left. Rohit is there. Okay. So two Rohits are there. I will take one Rohit. Okay, Rohit is there. Rohit become a developer. Then I put a Rohit. Here I give developer. I my wish like I can give like a Gaurav Sharma. So I put a user login name is Gaurav, but here I put a Gaurav Sharma. So like that, my wish. That comment can be thing like a full name. Comment can be like a full name, or comment can be uh, a designation. HR. Last time we have one student. All everybody we call her as a HR only. Okay, she's little bit experienced before she joined to our program. I think now she's also become HR. I don't know, but everybody call her HR only. Like HR, developer, IT support engineer. What is your position now? PAT, right? Program analysis training or analysis training or engineering training, right? Engineering training, trainee engineers. So you can put anything like that. This is a home directory. Do you remember when I log in with a student account, my PWD is showing like this only. So this is my home directory. All files stores here only. This is my home directory. This is a login shell. When you log in, so you need a shell, right? So to do some work for your user interaction, login shell. So these are the things. So I'm giving like this, small distance. So then the separations you won't give you more burden. Okay. X means password. X means password. Okay. The X means password, but it won't show for any password. That's it. Will be there. Okay. Next, I will go to the groups. Okay. Again, cat slash etc slash group. So this showing lot of groups starting with the root. Now this root is not user. This root is group. Like this, these are all groups only. And last you can see student. This student is a group. This is group ID. This is this group members. This group member. Like it is showing student because it's created first only. Later properties will different. But this is the group and this is the group ID. I am copying from here only. Okay. So like if you are using cat command or a tail command, that is your wish. So cat slash etc slash group I am using. You can use tail also, no problem. So this is the output. Okay, so what is this? First one is the group name. First one is group name. And what is this? Your group ID. This is user. This is user. First one is group name. The second one is group ID. So it means this is a user ID, group ID. So what is a group ID? 1000. What is a group ID here? 1000, right? 1000. Group. Student means student is a user and student is a group. Okay. The next one is cat slash etc slash shadow. Okay. So you can see for root, this is the root is a user and this is the hashing algorithm. What is this? It is like hashing algorithm. What kind of hashing? And the level of encryption. It use SHA hashing. Algorithm is SHA. It use SHA algorithm. Okay, it use SHA algorithm. Level of encryption is 6. This is the password. Root user password. What is this meaning? Admin at the rate 123. Okay, admin at the rate 123. Next, this is a 0. I'm copying this first one. The first 0 indicates minimum password age. Okay, so password info like this. Okay, just for our understanding. Okay, this is good. 2 lines. Okay, I'm going to copy student also. Understand encryption. Okay. Okay. So see, level of encryption is represented here in $$6. Dollar in middle 6 is there. It means level of encryption. So this is admin at that 123 in encrypted format. Okay. This is my student user password is student only. So that is in the encrypted format. 0 indicates minimum password age. This is maximum password age and this is warning level. Okay, so if any account showing this data, like I created user 1. Okay, if it is showing like this, it means the user has a password. If it is not showing this thing, it means you didn't given a password. Okay, so that is it. Understand? Username, level of encryption, encrypted password, minimum password is, maximum password is, warning level. Very good. If you want to decrypt the password, you can try. So copy this entirely, put it in a Google. You should know how to decrypt it. You need a mega PC for this one. Okay, you can't decrypt it because it's not a RSA thing. Just go to what it is actually. Okay, here it is showing one means low level encryption. It is showing. Okay, this not giving proper answer. Um, okay, I'm removing this entirely. So this is a okay, okay, okay. Don't worry about it. So for student login while executing shadow, it is giving permission denied as a result. No, no, it will show na cat slash etc slash shadow. Okay, oh, it is not showing, but passwd it will show guarantee. Shows passwd. Okay, maybe because of the passwords are there, that's why it is not showing. This will show cat space slash etc slash group is showing shadow not showing. Okay, good. Okay, it is not showing. You don't have permission to see which algorithm as I know SHA algorithm. SHA algorithm. 1 second. So Linux. Um, what is this $6? Um, this is the correct one. So like Linux shadow password $6 means type 6 password hash is 512 SHA 512 and many rounds 6 rounds. Value indicates a type 6 password hash is 512 many rounds. The character after $6 up to next dollar. Where are the salt? Or the salt? SALT. Yeah, if you have any knowledge on this cryptography kind of stuff, try yourself. Yeah, he's given something. Sam class info. Okay, you can get it by login definitions. What kind of algorithm you are using? You use a Kali to decrypt the password. I think so. Yeah, this is the method to and decrypt it. If you want, you can try. Where are you? It's saying something like secure hash algorithm. Yeah, okay. In cryptography, it was there. Okay, okay. SHA 512. This type of algorithm it is. Yeah, we can try so many things. We can able to encrypt it. There is a few things that will take lot of time also. I'm closing. I'm not interested in cryptography anyway. I don't understand it. I didn't try this. Okay, guys, where are we? Oh, okay. We are in a record. I forget to pause the record. No problem. Okay. So this is a thing, and next I'm going to here in the root only ID root ID root or ID. No problem. ID root. So if I give ID means this user. ID student means for student user. Current user is root, and I put a ID means my current user information. ID student means for student user. I can go with the student also. ID. I got my user information. Root information. Okay. ID means current user. Okay. So I keep it a ID student. What is user ID? 1000. Username is student. Group ID is a 1000, and student groups are student only. And one more point I have to tell here, it is like ID student. Okay. Just for example only for our understanding, I'm giving this one. Okay. This is the command, and this is how we can able to see it. So this is till now I showed the settings. Okay, just the files and commands to see the content and understand about the user. Okay, of course the password thing is there. I will show you the password and username kind of stuff. So how to change the password, I will see that one. But I want to tell about the group things. Okay, there is a two type of groups are there. Okay, one is a primary group, and another one is secondary or supplementary. Supplementary group. Okay, spelling is it's okay. So I will show you that one anyway. Okay, it means a user must have in a primary group. User has a primary group, and user may or may not be in a supplementary group. But every user must be in a primary group. Okay, user must have a primary group. So that primary group is like this. This is the primary group. This student don't have any supplementary groups. That's it is not showing. It is showing one group only. If user has a supplementary groups, that is like a secondary group. Okay, so that's it. We'll see that point again. Now, how to create a user? We'll see the first how to create a user and how to create a group and managing the group things. We'll see. To create a group, user add is a command. User add is a command to create a user. Sorry, to create a user. The command is user add and username. Give the username. User add and username. So first of all, I want to add a user add. Username is user1. Enter. So user is added. Simple, right? So it's very simple to add a user, but you should verify it. I'm using a tail command -2 /etc /passwd. Here I'm using -2 because I want to see last two lines only. Okay, can you see this one? This is the student account and this is user one account. Add a user, so this is a user one, this is user one user id, user one group id, and this is the home directory and bin bash login shell. Okay, I forget to tell you one more thing, but I will show you now. Okay, next, what is this home directory? You can see here ls space hyphen hell slash home. Can you see? This is a directory and this is a directory under slash home. This is student user one, student user one. So this is owner is student only, like that. Okay, these are the home directories. This is also, you can, when you create a user, automatically user's home directory will be created here. You can verify that one also. Okay guys, this is username user one, user id, group id, user's home directory and login shell. Next, tail minus 2, minus 2 or minus 3, your wish, depends upon your comparison things. So slash etc slash group. So user one is a group here. User one is a group. Username is user one. Group name is also user one. Like this created. Why it will be create? I add a user, but I didn't specify which group you should add it. Compulsory primary group required, but I didn't say add to this group. So like that. I didn't specify the group. I am going to shadow also. I am doing all this thing in root user guys because I'm adding things. Okay. For a student, it is showing hashing algorithm as a 6 level. Okay, and also it is showing a password. Okay, in encrypted format. But if you see here, it is not showing that one. It is showing some number. That is a different one. This is number. It means like how many days from Linux started something. It is there. So it's different number. So leave about it. But it is not showing a password here like this. It's not showing password here. Okay, it means it does not have a password. Next one, id user one. So user id is user one, group id is user one, and group name is also user one. 1001 is a group id here. Next, passwd user one. I want to give password for my user, so I giving passwd username. Passwd username. It is asking for a new password. My password is user one only. User one. Two times you have to type. Now it is it. But normally password should be more than 7 characters as per the login definitions. Okay, so that is 7 characters required, but I didn't give in 7 character, even user one. But if you see passwd all authentication token updated successful, it means you given password successfully. One second. Shadow. Can you see now? So if you compare now, earlier user one don't have any of this data. Now we got data, encrypted data, something is there. It means, what is that meaning? The meaning is it has a
Password is
password.
updated.
A password is updated. It has a password. Without a password, you should not. We can't use the Linux. Of course, we can use it, but in generally, I'm telling, in generally, without a password, there is no account. Compulsory, every account should have a password. So this is it. I'm going to hide history. High story. The regular comments also I'm doing like that. So where is this? So from here started doing this one. started verifying from here. You can also do it. I'm not copying entire practice part, but just you can see and you will understand. This is how you can how to add a user. Next, to add group, so you have to create a group. First, you have to create a group, right? So to create a group or add a group, to add a group or to create a group, any name you can use it. Then group name. You have to group name. So I'm putting clear, guys. Now I'm adding a group. So group add. Group name is group one. The group is added. So we have to verify. So tail -3 slash etc slash group. So group one, group name is group one, and group ID is 1002. That is a group ID. Okay. Why I created a group? So I will show you one option. So user add hyphen small g group one and user two. I'm creating a new user name is user two. But while I'm creating a user means while I'm adding a user, I'm telling don't create user two group, add to group one only. So I'm telling it is create a user two, and user two primary group is group one. What I'm telling? So you create a user two, and user two primary group must be group one. Now I added a user. Again verification tail space hyphen 3 slash etc slash passwd. So if you compare this thing, okay, student group ID, group ID, sorry, user ID, group ID, user 1, user ID, group ID, user 2, user ID, group ID. But this group ID is belongs to group 1. This group ID is belongs to group 1. Okay, not user 1 or not user 2. User 2 is not showing here. User 2 user is created, but okay, we have to check the group also, right? You have to check the group also. Last time I used 3, so I'll use 4. Okay, see, student, user 1, group 1. Where is user 2 group? User 2 group is not there. Okay, user in the group 1 only. User 2 user in the group 1 only. It won't show that information here. That is one problem, but you can see it's a group 1 is there, but user 2 is not there. User 1 is there because of when I create a user, I said add user 1. It user 1 is added, also user 1 group also created. Okay, so user 1 is added, of course user is user 1 added, and group is also user 1. It is created and added there, but here it is showing group 1. I said add a user 2, but group is group 1 in this situation. Of course you can see ID user 2. You can see user ID is 1 or 2, username is user 2, group ID is 1002. Okay, sorry, 1002, right? So 1002, but group name is group 1. So that is the primary group. Here I specified a particular group. You can use a group ID instead of group 1, like 1002 1002 you can give here, or name also you can give, no problem. Okay, like this. So I added a group, I added a user, I added a user to a particular group. So this is how to add a group. Of course, when you add a user, so what to do? You must give password for that one. So I added a password. Next ls space hyphen l slash home So user to home directory also created. So this is how to add a user. Next, I will show you how to modify a user, how to delete a user. Okay, like that.